right, we are live now. Hello, everybody.
Yay!
I am, I am Remy, aka Brick Literacy, aka the Gray Ghost, and with me is Llano.
Hi, I may or may not be frozen at various points throughout this stream.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, I think we've sorted out all the internet issues, and we can
Yeah,
get started now.
cool.
Um, so yeah, um, this this was a much better episode than last week, I thought.
Oh yeah?
Um, just in terms of like pacing and editing.
Mm.
Um,
It was good
so yeah.
reality TV, that's for sure.
Yeah, hi everybody in the chat.
Hi
Rob,
everyone.
Debo, Zach, Rickanista's here, popping in, lurking. We appreciate the lurkingness.
We
Um,
do.
but
Yeah,
yeah, I guess
I am not, I don't know. Just like initial reactions, I don't love this challenge because it's such a structural challenge.
mhm.
That there wasn't anything where I was like, "Oh my god, the story is being told." That said,
Right.
there were still some good aesthetics and stories mixed in there.
Well,
But
yeah. To that point, this is a challenge from Australia, season 2,
right,
which I don't know if anyone's seen. But the people who won that challenge on this season um, just built a solid block of Lego 4 feet high.
right,
And they didn't think they could physically do it. So I like that they tried to focus on the aesthetics of the builds this
yeah,
time, tried to emphasize that.
yeah. There were a few that stood out that we'll get
Mhm.
to.
But yeah, this is the third challenge in the row where they've had build in this specific area and go crazy.
You mean like a specific challenge?
No,
That
no, like here's your surface,
oh,
build to this
gotcha.
surface.
Right.
Um, but yeah, we got a lot to do. I guess we can do our intro if you want to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, do you want to go first? We don't have our
No,
intro
we got.
order worked out yet.
Yeah, it's
There will be
same time.
spoilers. There will be
This is
spoilers.
yeah.
And welcome to the Lego Masters recap show.
Mhm.
I today am sporting some silver lipstick and sparkles, courtesy of this Genie CMF
Mhm.
figure. I also am joined today by my tiny dog Oliver, who has been a little bit pesky, which is why I'm a little bit frazzled right now.
Aw. Hi,
And
Oliver.
I missed just a
Yeah.
tiny bit of the end of the episode trying to deal with cranky Oliver, who didn't have a lap to sit on, but now he does, and he should be okay.
That's adorable. Yorkies are adorable. It's a
Yeah,
Yorkie, right? Yeah.
he is a
Yeah.
Yorkie, and he's 16 years old, so he's like little old man
Aw,
adorable.
it's so great. Um, but yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and
And the rest
everyone
of
who
us.
yes, and everyone who knows better.
There you go.
Um, Go check out Yana's post. Drink your water, read Instagram posts. Don't just scroll. Um,
Oh, I don't fault anyone for not reading my dissertations in in my Pride posts. But if you would
oh,
like to learn,
but yeah, yeah,
please check out Femme from the Block on Instagram.
it's all there, guys. Just you can go pick it up off the street. It's all there. But yeah, Devo was saying the Australian dudes made the building so heavy the shaker was struggling. Nope,
Right.
not that one. But yeah, also hello Oliver. But yeah, that's the other thing that they added. They added the 11 marker instead of the 10 because it was only 10 on
Uh,
Australia.
right.
Um,
Right. Well, America's so extra.
yeah, we gotta really ramp it up. Um, but okay, I guess before we get into it, we'll start with our joke.
Yeah.
Obviously you know, it's always sad when somebody goes home, because everyone's basically going home too soon. So anyway,
Sure.
this
Sure.
this this will help you ease the pain of missing Zach and Tim. All right, here we go. Why did the museum reject the Lego sculpture of Bonnie Tyler?
I don't know. Why? Do you know, Oliver? We don't know. Why?
Well, because every now and then it would fall apart.
Oh, yes.
Yes, thank you to Mrs. Patricia Wilberforce of Somerset for that joke. If you have a joke, please send it to us, and we may read it,
Now
or we may not.
my mind is just trying to go like total brick clips of the part. Like I'm that's
Yes,
what my
total
brain's just
eclipse
like trying to
of the
work
part.
on
Copyright Llano. You know what? You got to go write that song now.
Right. That's a great joke for this episode too.
Yeah.
And since we keep forgetting to tease it, we may as I think everyone here knows at this point, but anyone watching live has the chance to win a prize.
Yes.
So stick around for that drawing.
Y'all don't know what's in here. Sounds like Lego. Is it Lego? Stick around. Find out.
Could be Mega Bloks.
Could be. All right. Oh, Zach wants to see your accessory. What accessory?
Oh, I've got a few of them. I'm gonna save those for the inevitable moments where I need to fill time.
Okay.
So if you want to see my accessories, stick around.
Stick around to the end, where I'll just be adding names into a generator. Or wait until next week because they'll have the wearable challenge next week.
Right. Yes, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. But yeah, fun fact about Zach and Tim is that for the past couple Sundays, like in the mornings, I've been just putting together Speed Champions cars, and Tim always like pops into my stream and then like leaves.
Oh, funny.
So I feel like I'm like Nux in Fury Road, and we're driving along, and it's a nice day, and I got my blood bag on the car, having a good time. And I look over, and Immortan Joe looks at me, and I'm like, he looked at me. He looked. Everyone, he looked at me, and like my friends are like, nah, he didn't look at you. You're making that up. So
would you say that he witnessed you?
Yes, witnessed me. So thank you for popping into my stream momentarily every Sunday morning, Tim.
Awesome.
But yeah, I guess we can get started on this.
Yeah, let's get into these builds.
We got kind of a lot to talk about today, though, too, because we also want to touch a little bit on inclusion and representation.
Sure.
Because I like this episode featured two people building a cake, and they're like, "Great, yay, two people building a cake," and not like, "Oh, look at these guys, they're copying." I feel like the show has come a long way from last season.
The spirit of I don't know, collaboration and encouragement is pretty strong for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like parallel thoughts, and multiple. They've all said that like when you're building in the pit, like you don't have time to like look around. So yeah, so that's cool. Yeah.
Do you want to take a look at some of the first few, and then we can take a break and be our socially conscious selves and talk more about other issues?
Yeah, maybe. I'm
or
very disorganized.
Or should we hit you with it right off the bat?
Hang on. Well, if we're gonna do something, if I can get the thing to like work.
I guess this is my moment to stretch. So my accessory says trans rights, and it's a dots bracelet that I'm wearing on my fist. Ta-da!
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I like
that. I had fun for whatever reason, even though I don't have a green screen. The green key's out a little bit, but can talk more about that later.
Yes, we will. All right. So here we go. Here we have Mark and Steven's bottom to top structure. And like you were saying earlier, Llano, like they just ignored the stories this week because I guess there wasn't
yeah. That wasn't the challenge. That was secondary, which I totally get.
That's fine.
This is
Um,
not bad though. These I
yeah.
feel like these went by so fast. Plus, I was dealing with Oliver, who's now running
Mhm.
around. I'm not sure doing what. Um, so I didn't
Eating
get a
Lego
chance.
probably.
Right. Luckily, he's not a dog that chews on things.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
I mean, it helps he only has 2 teeth. But so the point being, I didn't get a chance to get a very good look at most of these buildings. So this one's pretty. Like I wouldn't point it out in a cityscape and say, "Oh, that one's just built for structure, not aesthetics." It's got
Mhm.
some stuff going on. I like it.
Yeah, this they tried to build the lighthouse at Alexandria, which is what they were going for.
Okay, right.
And like you can see they spent so much time putting in these like one by one round bricks that I'm kind of surprised they got the whole thing up.
Yeah, there's a lot
Um,
of detail for
mhm.
sure.
But yeah,
And
just like yeah, no, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, you go ahead.
Oh no, you. But like just like in the way like I think Tyler and Amy built their bridge last season. They did the thing where you know you can kind of build the structure and then you lay the plate across some like brackets and that like reinforces the structure. I don't know how to describe that, but it looks like that's what they did here with this middle section.
Hmm. And there was a critique from I think Brickmaster Amy that the tan didn't show off the shapes as much,
Hmm.
which I'm not familiar with the original building, so I don't know how accurate it is. But I think the tan makes the white and blue and yellow really pop. So that
Yeah.
seemed like a weird critique to me. But they got to nitpick and find something, I guess.
This is this is like fairly accurate for like 4 hours. I think it's great
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
terms of like accuracy. Um, like they even put these little plates here all along these windows.
Uh huh.
Like they just did so much detail on this structure, and that's where we ended up. Mark and Steven, level 8.
That's an impressive screen grab.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to get just a moment of
Uh huh.
you know of falling.
It was
Um,
cool to see like where each one broke down.
mhm. Some of the some of them they paid attention to, and some of them, well, we'll see. I got good screen grabs for some of them, and then some aren't so good. But we'll move on.
All right.
So yeah, here's our lighthouse flame. Any final thoughts on this one?
No.
Yeah, definitely understand the build more now. They kept saying um, the Atlantean lighthouse instead of the Alexandrian lighthouse, but it's fine. We know what they meant. All right, so next here's Michelle and Natalie's stacking brick, the first of a couple of stacked brick cakes
Yeah.
or whatever. And like this was like here we can go in a little close. Well, this was like the closest detail shot I could get.
Cool.
And I
There's
just
like leaf
yeah,
pieces in there, huh?
yeah, there's some leaf pieces and like
That's
all
fun.
this metallic gold. Like I would have, oh my god, if they had an entire bin full of metallic gold and silver, I would have just been in heaven.
Uh-huh. Totally. Yeah, I'm
And I,
not I'm not mad at this aesthetically.
mhm,
It I've seen cakes that look pretty much like this.
mhm. And I like they must have spent a lot of time layering these plates too, because it's not like just a straight brick line.
Right.
So like I
Which is
appreciate
cool.
this
It gives
too.
it that sense of like a I'm thinking of paint and want to say palette knife. I'm sure there's a different tool when you're carving with fondant and food
I'll
coloring,
just
but
yeah. I don't know. I've never made cakes. But yeah,
me
I could have
neither.
like different layers, and do all that.
But as a
And
wedding cake specifically, like I feel like I've seen modern cakes that look more or less like this. And I
mhm,
did think that was great for storytelling of like the cake is going to withstand the shake like a marriage does. I thought that was clever.
Evo says spatula. Okay, go with the
Great.
spatula.
Do you get that at Spatula City?
I don't know. There's a whole city.
Oh
It
yes.
seems like too far. Um, Yeah, Zach, the couple cake topper, it looks like they just built rectangles on top of here. I couldn't get a better shot of that. Like they didn't focus on it at all. So like there were two rectangles and one of them is covered in like transparent bricks, like clear bricks.
Okay.
So
And Rob is asking about, yeah, the color. It's drum lacquered gold, right?
I, I thought it was just metallic gold. At least it's metallic gold on Bricklink.
Right. But
But
there, because there's so many different kinds of gold, I believe that like almost chrome but not chrome is called drum lacquered because it's like tossed in a drum. The lacquer is
mhm,
applied in a drum, I would assume, as opposed to like pearl gold being not as
that could
shiny.
be. I, that could be. Yeah, I don't know anything about color manufacturing, so I will take
I like
y'all
to
saying
pretend I
I'll
do.
take your word for it. um, yeah. All right. And so let's see. And they made it to level 9.
All right.
And this is a pretty solid structure. Okay, I guess you
Yeah.
can see the cake topper. I guess it's just like a silhouette of a head and a neck
Okay.
area. I guess that's what that is.
Right. I guess that would
Um,
have sold it more.
mhm.
Maybe too small a scale for minifigures. I was surprised more people didn't use more minifigures in these
Yeah.
builds.
Yeah, it was yeah. But I guess they're not structurally sound, so why would you use them if you're just a robot bring All right. Now this Marie and Phillips I thought was really great because they were the only one that like put stuff in the top to intentionally like fall out as it shook.
Right. And aesthetically, this is possibly my top pick. Let me
Yeah.
check my notes. I think this might be my favorite aesthetically.
Mhm.
I the different shades of Lego blue, of which there are far too many, all look
Mhm.
so pretty together. And this
Yeah.
really reminded me in season 1 for the bridge challenge. One, I forget who, but one duo did like climbing vines like that I thought were really effective. And who knew ball joints were gonna withstand the shake.
Yeah, I guess it's tough to rip them out of there unless you do it at a very certain angle.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I really liked this building as well. It was maybe my second favorite. Um, but I'm weird, so we'll get to that later.
The
Um,
flowers are really
and
fun too.
yeah, the flowers are fun. This was another build that like they didn't give us a shot where it's like they got to level this and that,
Sure.
but they actually got to level 10. Um, and then this was the
All right.
result.
A lot of people did. I was impressed at how many
Yeah,
people got to 10.
a lot of people like this is the point where they keep showing reaction shots of Mark and Steven like sweating it out. Like, oh my god, have we aired horribly? But yeah, you can see how happy Amy is that this building was destroyed.
That's adorable.
Oh, there it is. Marie and Philip level 10, but it's still together, so I don't know why they gave us the shot. Um, but yeah, you can kind of see the base coming off here.
Right, right.
This was also an episode where like I wish they had like gotten closer because they gave us the cutouts with the cartoons, but it's hard to see exactly what they were doing when they were making these buildings, except for Moto and
Right,
Paris.
right.
Um,
You mean you wish they'd gotten closer on the falling apart?
or just like during the process, like
Yeah,
exactly how they had structured their skeleton or whatever.
right.
Um, so I don't know. We'll have to ask them to sketch it out for us.
There you
You
go.
know.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was Marie and Phillips. This was a really great building.
that's a really,
Um,
really good one.
mhm. All right, next is Moto and Paris, and I gotta say, like this entire episode, they were trying to like make us think that Moto and Paris were going home, and I was like, they're not going home. And they're like, oh no, maybe they're bad at engineering. You don't know. Maybe they don't like each other. Look at them going back.
Right,
Like, come on,
right.
guys. No, 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 no.
I mean, the drama
Um,
was pretty low key, but it has
yeah.
to be hard because, as far as I know, they didn't know each
Mhm.
other before shooting this show. and to like build even with someone that you know and have worked with is stressful. So I'm impressed there haven't been more moments like that, because I would assume for
Yeah.
reality TV they would play it up a little bit if there were more moments like that. But yeah, like it's really hard to be on the same page with two people working on the same thing when you have a long history of working together. So
Yeah.
I'm impressed that they got through it
I think
and
they're
got to
in.
11.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got all the way to 11. I think they're in the same lug together. I think they are,
Okay.
but I could be mistaken. Yeah, this is just one of those images that like they had it and like this tells me nothing. I don't know what this is. Um,
Well, that one you saw the skeleton pretty clearly when all of those walls fell off.
yeah, you somebody really slapped on there. I cannot repeat what I said. Understandable. Debo, this is not a family show. You can put it in the chat. Um, side note, new hair for Amy this app. Like I don't want to comment on Brickmaster Amy's outfit, but like her jacket this episode was like hot fire. I love that jacket so much.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely follow her on Instagram if you're not,
mhm.
because she's been posting a lot of like behind the scenes in wardrobe and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Yeah, and she's making her brickheads of like her outfits each week,
Yeah, that's so cute.
same
I
as
really like
last
that
time.
idea.
So yeah, I can't wait for this one. Um, but anyway, let's see this structure here. And there we go. Modem Paris,
Right.
level 11. The bridge is just like, it's not even broken. It's just tired. It's just like, I've been in this
Right.
earthquake, what, like
I mean,
for an hour now?
the structure is so impressive, that it's sad the outside aesthetics were so not impressive. And when I was watching this, I was thinking, God, if I had built something like that and I was running out of time, I would have put a construction crew on it and pretended like it was a building like being built. But then
Mhm.
another team did that. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
They probably looked over and they're like, well, just slap them on. It's fine. Um, yeah, someone else mentioned in the chat that like maybe it was uh, um, that they had designed it like to break away and reveal another building inside, and that
right.
would have been spectacular. But they had 8 hours. I don't think they had a time. Yeah,
Yeah,
Debo, something
exactly.
along the lines of, I don't want to do this, for real, losing another tricky legger. But again, that's
That
just
would have
like,
been pretty tragic.
they're sweating in that production meeting. Like they're looking at this footage and they're like, how are we gonna like do the drama in this episode? And someone's
Right,
like,
right.
maybe we can convince them that Moto and Paris are in trouble on this engineering challenge. And they're like, fine,
Right.
we got, the episode's due tomorrow. Just cut it.
Yeah, exactly.
You
There's
know?
that one line they said. Focus in on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I did
Um,
love the branding. I don't remember them being so prominently branded as the Science Alliance, which is a great name. And we got
yeah.
the title splashing across the screen.
Mm. I think they mentioned that earlier, but I can't remember how prominent it was. But anyway, great job, Moto and Paris. We knew
Nice
you
work.
weren't going home, so we'll see you next week. All
Right.
right, Lauren and Brian. Here's our second cake. Um,
Yes.
I I do look like this one's slightly better than the first
Uh-huh.
one.
Yeah, same. It's a cleaner aesthetic for sure.
Mhm. This is also another one where they just tried to, stack bricks until they couldn't stack bricks anymore.
Right.
Um, but what I love about it is these minifigures. Like they know.
And they didn't fall off. Like it showed them in close up when it was like
Mhm.
about to collapse, and they seemed to all still be stuck on there.
Yeah, most of them did survive. If
And
you
what
put
kind of story is being told right now?
just a terrible story about a cake and people are stuck on the cake and
Someone's got a chicken for some reason.
yeah, there's like a dog and this guy is sideways. I don't know. But if you slap those like four studs, if you get all four studs down those legs, it's pretty stable.
That's some good
Um,
clutch power.
yeah.
And
And anyway,
I
here's
do. It's not. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I like the people kind of look like sprinkles when you're more pulled back.
that's
And
true.
I mean, I imagine the pink and blue is intended as like gender binary of like this is a baby cake. Is it for a boy or is it for a girl? But it is straight up the trans flag colors, so I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Deliberate or
that's
not,
true.
I feel represented.
Like I did not even think of that before, but yeah, that's what it is, and they look like
Uh-huh.
sprinkles.
Yeah,
I was
the
too happy
candles are a
about
cute
the nervous minifigures
touch. Stuck in the frosting.
stuck in the frosting. That makes me very happy for some reason. I'm a terrible person. But
Where
yeah,
was
you
the
can,
stop motion segment on that story?
yeah, exactly. Get on it, stop motion department. If you're in the stop motion department and you want to come on our show and tell us everything about the production, you can at any time. Anyway, but yeah, you can see here at the bottom where it's like being torn away here. Um, but yeah, this is that's how you beat this challenge, or at least that's how you get above like earthquake level 8. You just
Right.
stack the bricks, and you don't
Yeah.
stop until the time is done.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that was Lauren and Brian, and now Randall and Cyrita, who have built this record label, and they're one of the few like teams that actually had a story about the music, like
Yeah.
tearing down the building,
That
which
was
I
really
thought was
smart.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna comment on that too, of like one of the
Mm.
strongest stories and themes. I mean, when you're building a tower that has to stay strong, and yeah, story is totally secondary, but they are so like solid in knowing what their brand is and what they want to
Mhm.
build with Lego that it's cool that they find a way to bring that in.
Mhm. Excuse me. All right, I'm not
You got
gonna
some
choke.
more
All right.
angles on this one?
Yeah, yeah. Let me get to. We got Will is totally entranced here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this was another one that like they did this thing where they like came down over the building on the top and they didn't really
Uh-huh.
show too many of the details. So
I mean, it's
uh,
pretty blocky. There's not a
mhm.
whole lot going on with it, but
Plus he's an architect.
right.
Yeah. I also like Randall and Cyrita for top three. Like we haven't talked about this yet, but like Cyrita is the first black woman on Lego Masters ever. And like we talked about it a little bit in the pre-show, but like their company, like they have a lot to say using Lego. So I definitely think they're one of the stronger storytellers in the competition.
Absolutely,
Um,
yeah.
but I don't know. It's still a little early to say like who's a great builder and who's not because they've all been just constrained with each build to these like spaces. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think we get longer builds a little later in the season usually, where you get to see them shine a little bit more. Plus, without as many contestants, the editing gives a little more breathing room to like give each person a little more time.
yeah.
But definitely what I look for in Lego is storytelling. So they're definitely a front runner in that department.
All right, let's knock it down. Boom. There it is. And they also made it to level 10. Um,
Nice.
I yeah.
That's a
This
great
is
still. Everyone
yeah.
reacting. I mean, you have to imagine these people are stuck in a quarantine bubble in a hotel in Atlanta. Like this would be exciting anyway. But like, imagine being in this room after like dealing with the world and like getting to just watch something get knocked over.
But yeah, he's an architect, and he reverse locked in the roof. As soon as I saw that, the dude is genius. We're
Nice.
gonna go back in here just a second. Is that what's happening over here? And I'll have to go back and look at the episode because I could not see that at all. But yeah, that's genius. Anyway, and here's Brickmaster Jamie using the Force,
Totally.
and yeah. All right, moving on. Okay, now here's Zach and Wayne's building, which they didn't talk about this at all. And this was
Oh
like
my
the
goodness.
one part of the episode that surprised me because I did not think they were going to actually use the golden brick.
Right.
Like I thought they were faking us out again. Like they did the whole, oh, we're gonna cut to commercial, but there
I
they
mean,
are.
honestly, this is the episode I would use the golden brick in. Like, because it's all about structure, and
Mhm.
it's so nerve-wracking because it's not about, like, who's done this before, who's practiced this, aside from, as I said, Moto maybe with his washer dryer. But
Yeah,
like, you would have no idea. It's like such a gamble. Is it gonna work?
that's true.
You
Yeah,
can't just look around the room and measure up the competition
mhm,
because you don't know the structure of
yeah.
everyone.
Like I want to say I wouldn't have used it, but I really have no idea um, if I would or not. But anyway, like I really want to know what's happening with this building. There's like the top looks like vaguely Lego like. Let me see if
Oh
there's
yeah,
no, and like there's like a kind of patriotic thing going on. Um, but it's just I wonder when they decided to use the golden brick, and they were like, all right, let's just slap the rest of this together.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think they
uh,
were pretty far along debating it,
mhm.
but yeah,
um,
it's not exciting aesthetically. I'll say that much.
um, but they made it to level 10. So like you
Right,
never know.
right,
Like if they hadn't used it, it probably would have broken on like level 4. So
right.
um, matches their shirt
Oh,
colors,
there you go.
possibly. Uh, fireworks tent, also a
Uh-huh,
possibility.
totally. Or even one of those like tall fireworks, like the kind that you
Yeah,
light in the street and just like spit out fountains of sparks.
yeah, that's true. Could have been a firework. We'll never know unless they come
Right.
on our show and we ask them and they tell us. But okay, good job, Zach and Wayne. All right, so now Dave and Richards build. Um, this was my favorite build, like
Yeah?
aesthetically. Like
Yeah.
I am a total sucker for the Fibonacci sequence.
Nice.
Um, the golden ratio, like the Nautilus shell, whatever. Like I'm not a math guy. I just find it like very pleasing in a way that's hard to articulate.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I think that's human nature. I think most of us do. I do feel like my biggest association is yeah, like a shell and that like I this being so straight up and down like
mhm.
kind of took me out of that, but he explained it and you can see the ratios of the how many bricks are there, which is yeah, very smart.
Yeah, like just a really great melding of like structure and story. And we got a
Hmm.
few shots here. It, I mean, I guess there's nothing. All the sides were the same, so there's not much to see like detail
Right.
wise.
But
But here's
strong like the forms of the numbers look really good too.
yeah, I love that Will just like picked it up and just
Uh-huh.
was like carrying it around.
Yeah,
Let's see, and here's the view of inside the structure,
that's so
and
wild.
um, yeah, I still kind of like don't have an idea how they did this. Like you can
Right.
see these like these structures seem to run the entire length up
Right.
here, but I'm not sure exactly what is going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Um,
either. It's very smart.
but they're spaced in such a way that they're even and yeah, I guess that's all you need. Sorry, I'm like
Yeah.
I don't know what's
No,
going on with me today.
I'm kind of gazing in awe at it too. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, how did they do that? It did make me think Moto and Paras were talking about the lighter weight something is, the less
Mhm.
weight it has to like throw against itself.
Yep.
So I thought there might have been a little bit of that going on with this too.
Yeah, Debo, it's definitely like braced along the outside here. So I guess all you need are these like 4 points to have it pulled together. And do we have? Yeah, I got a picture of it of the smash point level 11
That's a good
all the
still.
way up. So yeah, great job, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now yeah, here's Caleb and Jacobs.
This one's really fun. Again, with storytelling, I really appreciate it.
Mhm. Yeah, they knew like halfway through. At some point, every team realized we're not going to be able to do all this.
Right.
So we got to change gears and just brick faster.
I think
And
someone on Lego Masters Australia did this too, right? Like the building in process.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't remember the other
Same.
builds. But yeah, it's probably a common idea. You have this construction scaffolding and
Right.
all this stuff. And I felt bad for them because you could tell like they were really like anxious about their tower. But I
Hmm.
really wanted to see like they said they used tires on the structure, and then they never showed like
Yeah.
inside the structure or
Right.
any of it. I'm like,
Right.
how did they show us? How did they do it?
Totally.
Because tires seems like a great idea, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, and that they were making it built to move. So I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is very prone to
Mhm,
earthquakes. And that totally is a thing in some of the architecture here that it's like I think there's a saying, a brittle tree snaps in the wind, of
mhm.
like you want something that's going to move with the flow instead of just falling over. So that is, I know that is a thing in earthquake heavy areas, to like build things that are going to shift and move.
So apparently, based on the Singer Building, I've never been to New York. I don't know what that is, but we'll take your word for it, Debo, because I cannot fact check you in real time. So
Right.
there we go. All right, and now, so yeah, level 8, the top fell off. They mentioned it was their weakest point. Um, so yeah, it's always that like it seems like a few of the teams um, like where their structure transitioned to the taller, like skinnier one. That's where it broke off.
Yeah, totally.
But you can see a few minifigures on here, and this
Uh-huh.
was a good use of minifigures.
Totally. And it was a good close up. Like they're like the camera person was like, here's a focal point to move in on.
Yeah. But yeah, so they made it through. So good job, guys.
Yeah.
All right, and now here we go. Tim and Zach's interlocking T structure. Another one that I just don't know what the structure is because they didn't really show it. Like this, yeah,
Okay.
this was the
Interesting.
picture that they gave us, but
Yeah, this is also the one where Oliver was at peak freakout, so I didn't really see this one. This is the one with cats on it, right?
yes, there's just cats everywhere. So like I love cats. Like you know what? If you want to put cats everywhere, go for it. I highly endorse that.
Did they
Um,
have a story for that though?
they have a cat.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
So
makes perfect sense. Now I
it's
see
like
it.
I, I so appreciate that they drew the cats in here on this
Yeah.
drawing.
Oh, that is great. Important architectural,
Uh,
structural details.
great job, production team.
If only they'd had
Um,
twice as many cats, it would have stayed stronger.
yeah. Uh, hang on. Singer Building is no longer there. It was replaced. Well, isn't that convenient? I guess we'll never know now. But yeah, this looks like some kind of a church. They didn't really go into
It
like
does, yeah.
what the building was supposed to be, but
Right.
it looks vaguely cathedral-like.
Right. I mean, some people
Mm,
didn't even get theirs to look like a building, and this does
yeah.
look like a building.
Mhm. So yeah, it's cohesive. It's got a lot of cats on it, and here's the breakpoint at level 8.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, we had I guess what was it Mark and Steven, Zach and Tim, and Caleb and Jacob in the bottom three. Um, and honestly, like this, like all of them could have gone either way. I don't know. I guess the others were like a little more colorful
Yeah.
and a little more detailed. So I guess I can see why they chose this one. Get home
Yeah,
or
it would be nice to hear more of that thought process because they didn't really go into that, did they?
yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't have any of that discussion
Because a
at
lot of
all.
them
Basically,
made it to 8.
yeah, yeah. They had like
So
it was a three-way tie.
maybe the
Um,
Brickmasters just don't like cats?
that would be terrible. Um, I'll have to ask them on Instagram. Be like, hey, do you guys like cats? I'll be like, block. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, you can block people and all new accounts that they may create now.
Yeah,
So
I've been learning about that feature a lot recently.
yeah, have you? No, I have also tested out that feature. Oh man,
What kind of inappropriate is this comment?
yeah. It's like, oh, there's a picture. No, thank you. Um, yeah, yeah. We still have work to do, Lego community. Anyway, we'll move on. So now Susan and Jen's building. Um, and they started to say that like this was like a haunted building, but I thought this was a cool building. This one also made it to 11. Um,
The haunted backstory sounds retconned to me.
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
they were thinking about that when they were building it.
But again, this week it's fine. We can let it slide.
For sure.
Um, so yeah, here's our this drawing. I think does a little better job of showing you like, okay, there's a structure going up. There's Technic beams. There's pins or whatever axles, and yeah,
The face is
the face.
great. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
really notice it until the close-up, so it could have
yeah.
been bigger, but that's really
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, I love these like little teeth, little Technic teeth.
Uh-huh. And those Technic pieces as like eyebrows
Mhm,
into yeah. It's a clever little face. They could have
mhm. Yeah,
used 10 more of those.
yeah. If they'd had those kind of all over the building, it could be like a Space Invaders thing. I don't know.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Um,
gargoyle-esque too.
oh yeah, yeah, like a gargoyle. Um, all right, and yeah, here's a little bit. I managed to because there weren't too many shots like this in the episode, but
Right,
here's the
right.
structure like coming together. So I thought that was a cool shot.
Hmm.
Um,
And I like they had impressive bricks per hour.
yeah, yeah,
That's I've other
BPH.
seasons have talked about that too, but like
Mhm,
I've never tried to build under pressure, but I like that as a concept that that's something someone has measured and like
mhm.
has a standard for.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely need it in this challenge. Um, and then I also got yeah, okay, yeah. So they made it to a level 11. Here's the building mostly intact. Again, coming off at that transition point, which is unfortunate. Um, yeah, because of the added editing, seems like they went from being the bottom to having a complete building. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Again, they really struggle with this episode. They looked at it and were like, "Everyone did a great job. What the hell are we gonna do?" Uh, so, yeah, but good job, good episode.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure, for
and now
sure.
I wanted to look at this like Wonder
Ooh, yeah.
Woman. I don't know if you saw this, but like towards the end, she just mentioned like, "Yeah, I used this structure. I made this 6 foot tall Wonder Woman. I just like knocked it out. No big deal." But this is an insane build. Like, look at
Yeah,
this thing.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
That is like Lego Story in Disneyland level.
like, there's another shot where the camera like after this shot, there was a shot where the camera kind of it even lingered on her cleavage like a little too long, and it cut away before it like showed her face, so I couldn't get like a
Okay,
better
yeah.
shot of like just it was very odd.
That's where
Um,
all the structure is contained.
yeah, this is all the structure is contained in here. Um, but yeah, they didn't. I wish they'd showed more of this. I'll have to see if she posted this anywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was interesting. Just like I know a lot of people that build in larger scale like this use steel structures.
mhm,
So it was cool to just like kind of mention that offhand, and then it does make me want to go, what would be possible if
mhm.
like maybe Lego Masters Season 3 they have like a welding team that's like
Yeah,
able to create steel armatures for people to bring it to that like extra level.
or they could have like, here's a random piece of steel built around it. That could be a
Yes,
cool
yeah,
challenge.
ooh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen
Debo,
the
no, 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 no,
oh
don't do that.
Ah.
uh,
One of my other favorite reality TV shows is Make It, hosted by Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman. That's the
yes,
craft
making it.
competition show.
Yes.
And they totally, I don't think early in the challenges, but like later in the season, each contestant has like a team of skilled craftspeople that they
Mhm,
can like direct, and like carpenters and welders and stuff. So it would be really
mhm.
cool to bring that when US Lego Masters, you want to be bigger and better, there's an idea
Yeah,
for you.
it's a good idea. They also do it on Iron Chef. You know,
Right,
the Iron Chef doesn't compete alone. He has two assistants.
for
You
sure.
know, um, but yeah, that was all our builds.
All right.
Um, and yeah, Zach and Tim. Sorry to see you go. You built great stuff, and we'll see you on All Stars, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
It would be great to do like an international all stars.
Yeah, I really hope they do. Like, but people need to be good about masking up still and getting their vaccines first.
Absolutely.
Like, I went to Brick Universe, West Virginia, over the weekend,
Oh, cool. That was this past
and
weekend.
like, yeah, it was okay, but it was mostly like disappointing, um, because well, nobody was wearing masks, you know, and because it was a lot of the same stuff that I'd already seen in Raleigh, like just before lockdown.
Okay,
So
sure. You had
I
a year
mentioned
to
they have,
build, people.
yeah, I mentioned they have an ideas project. Okay, we can
Okay.
check that out. Seed part or seed color like an Iron Chef with an ingredient. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that would be
Yeah.
fun, especially if
Um,
they bring back some like obscure piece from
mhm.
something.
Bricks by the Bay is in a few days. I think it starts Friday, and they have a seed part challenge. Um,
Right.
so you may be able to get on that. Yeah, I got my box the other day.
Nice.
I don't have it handy, but um, the seed part thingy is sealed, so I don't know what it is yet.
Right. Yeah, I like that as a concept for sure.
Mhm. But yeah, overall, I thought this was like a better episode, just from editing standpoint than last week. Um, it was just a different kind of destruction.
Yeah.
So next
Yeah,
week,
I mean,
yeah,
next week I'm excited about.
yeah, next week I may or may not also have something wearable. So
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Yes. It was my goal to have something wearable next week too. Of course I
mhm,
am sporting this. Does that count?
yeah, yeah, that counts. Show it again. Show it again. Almost, yeah, yeah. There you go.
So something, just quick detail on this. The T's, I'm using 1x2 jumper plates to get that middle line. So everything
All
had to
right.
be like stacked
Mm-hmm.
a few
Oh,
plates to get that to all line up. So that
mhm.
was
Okay.
something I was having fun with lettering on this and my Pride is a Riot sign.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So let me now that you've explained that for 5 minutes, let me leave you on your own while I load up the uh, the giveaway omatic with
Perfect.
everybody in the chat.
Well, I can show off my earrings too, because I literally was turning these into earrings like during the first commercial break. But I got these at the Lego store the same time as I got the Everything is Awesome set. And they're these like metallic blue brick keychains, which are so pretty. It's like the same finish as Sweet Mayhem's hair.
That's
And
wild.
the Lego store employee was saying, "Oh, we were supposed to get metallic green ones like that today, and they didn't show up." Um, but they have, I think, white in that kind of iridescent finish, and maybe one other color. So if you're into Lego keychains or turning Lego keychains into jewelry, make a good little necklace pendant too.
No, yeah,
All
that's cool. Like
iridescence.
I'm not into the like keychains at all. But I just anything metallic, I really enjoy. Um, yeah. Okay, so right now we have Debo and we have Zach and we have Rob who won last week, so we're not going to put you in this week. Sorry, Rob.
Is
And we also
Brickanista
have
still lurking?
Anista, but she
Oh, she
won
also
week
won, right?
one, so she also won. Um, so
Well, if this
uh,
was our same core, like 5 to 8 people, y'all have a great chance of winning if
you'll have
you
a
show
great
up every
chance.
week.
Yeah, if anyone wants to jump in randomly, um,
Or you could
yeah,
tell your friends about this stream
there you
and
go. Nice holiday ornaments. Yeah, mother
there
of
you go.
pearl.
Totally. Works.
Um,
I mean, I've put a lot of Lego keychains on like a backpack too, just like as a zipper pull. Wait for them to like get all their paint rubbed off and arms to fall off, you know.
all right, we are slowly moving towards the time when we will spin the for Debo or Zach. All right.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this time slot is brutal. Those
Yeah.
of you watching in the future times, this is what you're missing out on. Um, so yeah,
50-50 odds.
yeah. All right. We'll go last call here in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna change the ticker, and then we'll go last call. All right. Anyone else? Nope. All right. Here we go. Big exciting moment. Hang on. Let me close this. All right. Here we go. All
Hooray!
right, Zach. You have won
Yay, Zach.
the prize pack. Oh, did you guys see it spinning? Like, 'cause
Yeah,
it was
it got
spinning.
a little bit buffering, but
Okay.
I saw it spinning at least.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, Zach.
Congratulations, Zach. Thank you for
Congrats.
being with us since episode 0.
Yes. And here's the prize pack here. Let's see what we got. We got dots. And these are all like retired. These are like series 1 and 2. I got them
Oh.
at Michael's for like 50 cents when they were all on clearance. So, and we also have a Woman 84 set.
Ooh,
So,
that's got some good gold pieces in it.
yeah. So this is a fun set. A lot of great pieces, and it has like the best Wonder Woman and the best Cheetah. So, yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So Zach, just PM me your address on Instagram, and I will put this in the mail at some point this week. When
Nice.
I get a chance. Um, yeah. So I guess that's all. You got
Yeah.
anything else, Yano?
No, I
All
think
right.
that's great.
Well, thank you to anyone watching this now or in the future or in the past. Um, and
Yeah.
we'll look forward to. We've only got what 7 more episodes left.
I mean, who knows with reality TV when they're gonna like double save, double elimination,
Yes.
bring someone back. Like,
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see.
We will see. But until that time, we will be here, um, recapping all the builds and talking about nonsense, and just extending the hour of pure joy into hour 2.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I love seeing everyone in the chat.
mhm.
Just like we all want to talk about it because we just watched it. And
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
All right. Y'all have a good day, and I'm going to have the countdown play us out.